What's up, guys? It's Ty here, and today I have the first NBA Week 1 recap here for you guys. So I'm going to be trying to do this, obviously, weekly. The season started on Tuesday, October 17th, 2017, and today is Monday, the 23rd of October. So it's not technically a week, but then I'm probably going to do these on Mondays if I can, if I'm not too busy. And we're just going to we're going to go through all the games. We're going to try to go through quickly. Maybe not all the games, but you know what I'm trying to say, an important news within all that. So, yeah. So we had the opening day game, the first game against the Celtics and the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers ended up winning 102-99 against the Celtics. Obviously, the tragic season-ending injury, or probably a season-ending injury for Gordon Hayward. He dislocated his ankle and fractured his tibia, or it's either the other way around. I'm sorry. But a Celtics fan, again, I'm pretty sad about that. The Cavaliers were rolling, but then the third quarter, you see the Celtics outscored the Cavs 33-18, but the Cavs did hold on to get their first victory on the year. The Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors played in the next game, and this game was Golden State, really. They were winning the game. But then the Rockets have a 34-20 point fourth quarter, and they actually end up beating the Warriors 122-121. And Kevin Durant ended up missing his final shot to try to win the game. So that was a pretty good opening day right there, but bad for injuries. All right, on to Wednesday. We have tons of games. We're going to try to just go through these pretty quickly. Maybe highlight the scores. I didn't highlight scores in the other game, but I'll probably do them for these games. The Milwaukee Bucks beat the Boston Celtics. The next day, the Celtics were up, but then the Bucks outscored them 32-20 in the fourth. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, man, he had a great game. 37 points, 13 boards, and 3 assists. He looked like an absolute freak in that game. Greek freak, you get it. But yeah, we're going to move on here. The Washington Wizards beat the Philadelphia 76ers 122-115. Robert Covington, 29.7 boards, and John Wall, 28 points, 5 boards, 8 assists. Really good game from both of them, but we obviously expect that from John Wall. For Robert Covington, we do not expect that from him, so really nice game from him. The Detroit Pistons beat the Charlotte Hornets 102-90. Tobias Harris had 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kevin Walker had 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. All right, moving on. Talk about a high-scoring game. The Indiana Pacers beat the Brooklyn Nets 140-131. D'Angelo Russell, 30 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. Nice game for him. And Miles Turner had himself a double-double with 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jeremy Lin ended up tearing his patellar tendon, and he is out for the year in this game. That's sad to hear, but hey, injuries happen. The Orlando Magic actually beat the Miami Heat, surprisingly, 116-109. Nikolai Vucevic had 19 points and 13 rebounds. But, Hassan Whiteside, 26 points, 22 rebounds. Thank God I have him on my fantasy team. He is an absolute freaking beast. Although the Pelicans led after the first quarter, the Grizzlies ended up rolling the rest of the game as they picked up the victory 103-91. DeMarcus Cousins, he had himself a double-double, 28 points, 10 rebounds. Mike Conley had 27 points. The Atlanta Hawks got their first win on the year, surprisingly, against the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. Dennis Schroeder for the Hawks had 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. Nerlens Noel had 16 points, 11 boards, a nice double-double right there. It's pretty easy to get double-double these days for these big men. The Nuggets were winning this game pretty handily, actually, but then the Jazz outscored them 28-13 in the fourth to win by 10 points. Will Barton for Denver had 23 points, and Rudy Gobert had a double-double with 18 and 10. San Antonio Spurs, without Kawhi Leonard, beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 107-99. Karl Anthony Towns had 18 points, 13 rebounds, and LaMarcus Aldridge really shining here, 25 points, 10 rebounds. With the absence of Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge becomes the best player on the Spurs, and he really showed that he can still play the game. Yeah, this was a blowout here. The freaking Portland Trailblazers beat the Phoenix Suns 124-76. Jesus. Damian Lillard 27 points, and yeah, we don't even talk about Phoenix's stats. And then the Houston Rockets got their second win on the year. They beat the Sacramento Kings 105-100. Clint Capella 22 points, 17 rebounds. Really good game from him. And then Willie Cauley-Stein 21 points, 10 rebounds from him. A really nice game from him as well. Thursday action here, we had the Toronto Raptors beating the Chicago Bulls 117-100. Jonas Valanciunas had 23 points and 15 rebounds. The Thunder beat the New York Knicks 105-84. Melo's return to New York, and he ends up getting the win. Kristaps Porzingis had 31 points, 12 rebounds. Really nice game for him. And then Russell Westbrook keeping up where he left off last year. 21 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists. Another triple-double. The Los Angeles Clippers beat the Los Angeles Lakers 108-92. Blake Griffin, 29 points, 12 rebounds, and yeah, the story of this game is Lonzo was shut down. He only had 3 points, 4 assists, and 9 rebounds. Patrick Beverley really shut him down. On to Friday. Don't know if I want to go over Monday. I probably will. I mean, we'll go over the games that already happened, I guess. The Boston Celtics, they picked up their first victory on the year. They are now 1-2. They beat the 76ers 102-92, giving them their second loss. Kyrie Irving had 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 116-97. LeBron had 24 points, 5 boards, 8 assists, and Giannis had 34 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists. Although the Hornets started out slow, they ended up rolling in the third quarter, and they beat the Atlanta Hawks 109-91. Dennis Schroeder had a 25-point game, and Kemba Walker had 26 points and 9 assists, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. The Portland Trailblazers got their second win on the year. They beat the Indiana Pacers 114-96. CJ McCollum in his first game back after being suspended in the first game of the year. He had 28 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist. And TJ Leaf actually led the scoring for the Pacers with 17 points. The Washington Wizards beat the Detroit Pistons, making them 2-0 on the year, 115-111. Reggie Jackson was the leading scorer for the Pistons with 21 points, 4 boards, and 5 assists. And Otto Porter had 28 points, 9 rebounds, 1 rebound short of a double-double for the Wizards. The Nets won their first game on the year. They beat the Orlando Magic 126-121. Man, there's some great defense, but Nikolai Vucevic, 41 points and 12 boards. What a game from him. But it was a little bit too less because they did not beat the Nets. So if you don't win, who cares? The Timberwolves got their first win on the year. They beat the Utah Jazz 100-97 in a close one. Ricky Rubio had a double-double against his former team with 19 points, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds. And Cat had 20 points, 10 rebounds. Pretty standard from him. The Kings won their first game on the year, 93-88. George Hill had 21 points, leading it for Sacramento, while the Mavericks were led by Mr. Harrison Barnes with 24 points. The Warriors got their first win on the year. Obviously, it was, going to happen. They beat the Pelicans 128-120. They were losing by 13 after the first, but then they started to roll. Klay Thompson led the Warriors with 31 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Anthony Davis had 35 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 assists. What a great effort, but it wasn't enough to get the victory. And the Los Angeles Lakers beat the Phoenix Suns 132-130. Jeez. Lonzo, he bounced back in his second game. He had 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. And Devin Booker had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, 2 assists shy of a triple-double. But, geez, what a high-scoring game, but the Lakers get their first win on the year. On to Saturday's games. Man, there's so many of these games, guys. I'm going to try to go quick through these. We're just going to go quick fire here. The Sixers went 0-3 on the year. The Raptors get their second win on the year. They won 128-94. DeMar DeRozan had 3 points. Ben Simmons, 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. Almost triple-double. It looked really good. The Magic ended up throttling the Cleveland Cavaliers, surprisingly. Vucevic keeps up his good year. 23 points, 7 boards, 5 assists. LeBron had 22 points. The Heat beat the Pacers 112 to 108. Oladipo had 28 points, 4 boards, 5 assists. And Goran Dragic had himself 23 points. The Detroit Pistons beat the New York Knicks 111 to 107. Kristaps had 33 points, but Tobias Harris's 31 points was a little bit more, and the Pistons picked up the victory. San Antonio Spurs beat the Chicago Bulls 87 to 77. LaMarcus Aldridge with another double-double with 28 points and 10 rebounds. Playing great. Houston Rockets are now 3-0 on the year as they beat the 0-3 Dallas Mavericks 107 to 91. Yogi Ferrell 19 points led the Mavericks scoring, and James Harden had 29 points himself with 7 assists. The Warriors lost to the Memphis Grizzlies, the 2-0 Memphis Grizzlies, 111 to 101. The Warriors 1-2. Who would have thought they would have been under 500 not once but twice this year? Kind of started off shaky, but there's no need to worry really. Steph Curry had 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, and Marcus Gasol had 34 points and 14 boards. Steph Curry got ejected for this game for throwing his mouthpiece at the ref. Kevin Durant was also ejected in this game too. So, yeah, Golden State looking a little bit shaky at the start of the year. Milwaukee Bucks got their second win on the year. They beat the Trailblazers, giving them their first loss on the year. Giannis had 44 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. What a game. Lillard had 26 points himself. Giannis ended up making one of the final shots and then blocked, I forget who it was, at the rim to seal the game. Nuggets got their first win on the year. They beat the Kings 96 to 79. De'Aaron Fox had 18 points, and so did Kenneth Faried. The Utah Jazz beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 96 to 87. Carmelo Anthony led the Thunder scoring with 26 points, and Rudy Gobert had himself another double-double, 16 points, 13 rebounds. He makes it look easy. And then the Clippers beat the Suns 130 to 88, another 40-point and plus blowout from the Suns, and they actually fired their coach Earl Watson. And obviously, you guys have watched my other video. Eric Bledsoe asked for a trade after this game. Blake Griffin had himself 29 points. All right, now on to Sunday. We're almost done, guys. I promise. The Brooklyn Nets are 2-1 on the year. Guys, the Brooklyn Nets have a better record than the Golden State Warriors. I bet you wouldn't have guessed that at the beginning of the season. I know I didn't. They beat the Hawks 116 to 104. John Collins, the rookie out of, I believe it's Wake Forest, he ended up having 14 points, 13 rebounds, a nice double-double, his first of his career. And D'Lo had himself a double-double, 16 points, 7 boards, and 10 assists. Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 115 to 113. Karl-Anthony Towns had 27 points, 12 boards, and Russell Westbrook had 31 points, 10 assists, and 5 boards. Carmelo Anthony actually hit a shot with 5 seconds left, but then Andrew Wiggins came down the court and he hit himself a buzzer beater of his own. So it was a really nice back-to-back right there. But the Timberwolves got their second win on the year. And then the New Orleans Pelicans got their first win of the year as they beat the Los Angeles Lakers in LA 119 to 112. Anthony Davis keeps the double-double machine, 27 points, 17 boards, and then Jordan Clarkson had 24 points and 5 assists. Now on to today's games. I guess we can just talk about them. Really, we could predict who's going to win these other games. The 76ers got their first win on the year. They beat the Detroit Pistons 97 to 86. Ben Simmons got his first triple-double of his career with 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. Andre Drummond had a double-double, 14 points and 14 boards. The Miami Heat are now 2-1 on the year. They beat the Atlanta Hawks 104 to 93. Taurean Prince had 20 points to lead the Hawks, and then Josh Richardson led the Heat with 21 points. And then the Milwaukee Bucks, who are now 3-1 on the year, beat the Charlotte Hornets. Giannis, again, 32 points, 14 boards, 6 assists. He is making this season an MVP campaign, I will tell you what. This game just ended here. The Memphis Grizzlies, a battle of undefeated teams. The Memphis Grizzlies are now 3-0. They beat the Houston Rockets, giving them their first loss on the year, 98 to 90. Marcus Gasol had 26 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. Eric Gordon led Houston with 27 points. Now the games that are going to happen here. The Warriors are probably going to give the Mavericks their 4th straight loss, and they're going to win. They're up 115 to 89 right now. Kevin Durant, 25 points. This game with 6 minutes left, the Raptors and the Spurs, both undefeated teams, they're tied here. And DeJounte Murray, a guard, has 14 rebounds and 14 points. And then Jakob Poeltl has 10 points, 10 rebounds. He got a double-double. I believe that the Spurs will pull out and win this game, in my opinion. Very low-scoring fourth quarter. The Nuggets here and the Wizards are playing. Decent stat lines from these two, Otto Porter and Nikola Jokic. I believe that the Wizards will end up winning this game. And then the Suns surprisingly murdering the Kings, 38-19. Marcus Chris has 10 points. And yeah, the game's early, but I do think the Suns are actually going to get their first victory on the season. So, guys, that is it in the NBA. Here are the standings as they stand. Feel free to pause if you want to look at them, but this is going to be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to YouTube. If you haven't already, this is Tyler signing off saying I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Later.